This is the King's Road player, Derek Neal, and you're listening to Give Me Back My Pro Wrestling.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Give Me Back My Pro Wrestling.
For those who don't know, now you know, baby. This is Hot Rod Biggs, Jared, Jimmy Street. We're going to take them to the limit one more time, baby, right here on Give Me Back My Pro Wrestling.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome one more time to the Give Me Back My Pro Wrestling podcast, and it is me, your host, Jimmy Street, as always. And guys, hope you all are having an awesome day out there. I know I am, and so happy that you all are here with us today to check out what we've got going on. And today, it's a special one, as always. You know, we try to put on some good stuff over here. And today, we have episode 10 of This Month in Wrestling History with Quinton Quarisma. And this one, of course, it's in April, so he's covering April. That's right. So y'all, Quinton's just so consistent with this. I can't wait to hear it. So y'all stick around for that. All right, last episode, guys, let's start off with that. We had the one and only Mr. Bad Company, a.k.a. Max Moon, a.k.a. Orient Express Kato. We had the man, the myth, the legend, Paul Diamond on the show. And Paul, as always, a great wrestler, awesome guy, and great interview and conversationalist. But honestly, brother answered all the questions, and in record time, we just... Thank you, Paul. That was awesome. Greatly appreciate that. Now, of course, Paul was here because of our buddy, Captain's Corner Nick, and on the Captain's Corner Facebook page, on May 2nd, they are going to be hosting a Paul Diamond Happy Hour virtual signing. Also, if you can't make that, if you can't dial up your Facebook page, you can actually go see Paul in person at the K&S WrestleFest Spring Slam on May 3rd from 12 to 4 at the Knights of Columbus building, and that's in Lynbrook, New York. Y'all check that out, man. Paul's awesome. I know I want an autograph from Paul. Y'all need to get one too. Like I said, if you're not in New York or the area, check out Captain's Corner's Facebook page on May 2nd. You'll get an opportunity to do just that. May 2nd and 3rd, Paul Diamond. All right. Of course, guys, can't stop talking about it. The second episode of the Austin Idol Power Hour podcast dropped on Tuesday, and the title of the show is A Night at the Cemetery. Idol's got so many ideas of these titles for his episodes, so really just a fun time learning what he's going to name these shows, much less recording them. But we're having a great time. It's a video podcast. Hope y'all are enjoying that. Like I said, I'm not quite used to that. Maybe I'll figure it out one of these days, but y'all, thank you for tuning in. I hope y'all are enjoying that. All right, guys, that's all I got for the open today. Like I said, it's This Month in Wrestling History with Quinton Quarisma today, so we'll be right back after these messages with more on Give Me Back My Pro Wrestling.
Hey, my name is Tammy Reynolds. I am the wife of Forsaken Rick Reynolds, that super cool guy that everybody knows and loves. And I represent West Side Sauces. I make sauces, I bottle them, I seal them, I sell them. I have a hot honey sauce, I have a sweet sauce, I have a hot sauce, I have a white sauce that's so yummy you can use it on everything. They are absolutely amazing, and I'm so proud of them. We make them from scratch. So go on our website, westsidesauces.com, check out our products, read about our story, and go online and order you some of these yummy sauces. And Rick actually uses all of the sauces because he is a die-hard smoker and griller, and so he likes really good sauces and rubs, and I make them, so how convenient is that for him? Go on our website, westsidesauces.com, order you some samples, and I think you'll thoroughly enjoy them. Thank you, guys. Be blessed.
Welcome to This Month in Wrestling History with Quinton Quarisma.
So this month we're in April, and first place we're going to go is the familiar place. And it's going to be April 4th, 1992. We're going to Portland, Oregon, to the sports arena. There's a Pacific Northwest Tag Team title match, and it's in a cage. The Grappler, Steve Dahl, John Rambo, and Colonel Beers. And so they become the new tag champions, and they were the last tag champions. Because we know that Portland went out of business in July of 92. So they were the last Pacific Northwest Tag Team champions. So
Hey, not to get in the weeds too soon, but John Rambo, tell me about that guy a little bit. Like, tell me a little bit about him. What was that gimmick? Was he basically just Rambo?
from what I remember, I might be confusing, but I want to say he was the guy who worked for Auto a lot over in Europe.
Okay.
I really don't know much about him.
I was going to say he was a Vietnam vet that came through, and he was just drifting through town looking for his old war buddies.
Corporal Kurtzner.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the same guy.
Killing machine, I think, dude. They drew first blood, sir, not me. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
You're right. I don't think he worked many places from what I can remember. Maybe.
Yeah.
Wait a second.
What was it? Vietnam he worked, and then there was Afghanistan. And then it seemed to be mostly home. Sorry.
He did something in the mid 90s. I'm trying to think what it was.
Okay.
I can't. For some reason it's blanking, but I think he did something somewhere. For some reason it's popping in my head. I can't. So I'm kind of remember. I'm not for sure, so I don't want to say.
Yeah.
But for some reason I remember something he did it popped up in the mid 90s somewhere. But anyway.
Gotcha. Yeah.
All right, so we're going to stay up in the Pacific Northwest. We're going to go to April 21st, 1992. We're going to Vancouver, Washington. We have a Pacific Northwest heavyweight title match. C.W. Bergstrom beat Ron Harris, become the new champion. And just like the last one, he was the last Pacific Northwest heavyweight champion for Don Owen.
CW still has that belt, I believe.
Now, does he?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. He said that was his. So, yeah.
Hey, it seemed like that happened to a lot of people. Either they left the territory of a champion, they took the belt, or if the promotion went out of business and they were champion, they just kept it.
Yeah. I mean, who can blame them? So
it's like, I'm sure that why send it back.
Yeah, we need to get old CW on the show sometime. That'll be fun. He was a good interview when I talked to him. So, anyway, sorry.
That's all right. Yeah, hey, it's fine. All right, now this thing, I never heard this next one in my entire life, and I don't know how I stumbled across from it the other day. But we're going to go to April 5th, 1982. I hope I'm saying the town right. Emory, Wisconsin.
Okay.
The AWA held the George Gadaski tribute show, and it was only 4 matches. I had to look up who George Gadaski was.
I was about to ask you that.
Yeah. He started out in 59 in Calgary, worked Calgary, Vancouver, and then went to the AWA in the mid-60s and stayed there until December of 81. And I think he got a brain tumor, I think it was. He was basically an enhancement and a lower card guy. And from what I read, his claim to fame was he was Ric Flair's first AWA match.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And, so it was a short 4-match card. Brad Rangans beat Rene Goulet, or Sergeant Jacques Goulet then. Sheik Adnan Kelsey beat Tito Santana, which that shocked me. A tribute show, the heel going over a top babyface, and it was a heel manager. That was really kind of odd. Bobby Duncombe Sr. beat Jim Brunzell. Oh, no, sorry. It was a no contest with Jim Brunzell. Baron von Raschke and I hate talking about this guy. Buck needs to be hung. Zumhoff beat Bobby Heenan and our good friend Ken Patera.
Hey, Ken Patera. All right. I like old Kenny. Man, Jesse the Body's been taken up for him lately. He needs to be in the Hall of Fame, and I agree with that.
Yeah, he does. I mean, you think about it. I mean, he had before he, become the Intercontinental, he had a good run in New York.
Oh, yeah.
Him. I'm trying to remember when I wrote this question, was it him and Bruno did 4 straight months in the Garden, which was unheard of,
Man.
Wow. Bruno were the same, so yeah, he definitely needs to be in there. All right, so now we're going to go to April 5th, 1982. We're going to Memphis, Tennessee, to the Mid-South Coliseum.
All right.
Yep. And this right here, I don't think when it happened, they knew how big it was going to be. So they had a whole card, and then Lawler worked, Henry worked, and then they came back and worked one other match. In this match, Andy Kaufman beat Jerry Lawler by DQ.
Oh, yeah.
That was the one that started it all. The attendance was 8,000, and Rick McCord was on that card.
Oh, okay.
He opened the match, I do believe.
Okay.
It's been talked about for years and years. But have you ever heard that they said Vince Sr. turned Andy Kaufman down to do?
I have heard that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, if it had been like a year, if it would have went to Memphis and wouldn't have did, and it'd be a year and a half later, Junior would have jumped all over it, I think.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Different mindset,
Yeah. Senior, that's just, there's no way Senior's going to have that,
Right.
Now, but Junior, that's got Junior written all over it.
Yeah, definitely. Junior would have, and it's funny. Like I sometimes think that Vince Senior was stuck in his ways, but he had he had a great thing up there. Who would have thought that would have ever, not been enough? The Northeast was so giving, but the Andy Kaufman deal, I know I took it off the subject there, but the Andy Kaufman deal, man, Junior definitely would have eaten that up. I totally agree with you there.
Yeah. And, you watch, that's been played a million times, but Kaufman sold that like $1 million, man.
Oh, man. Oh, he was a talent. I mean, he could have.
Yes.
He could have easily, had he been athletically gifted more, he could have easily had a run, easily. So
but man, I tell you, that first suplex he took, dude, that was all neck.
Oh man!
Before the pile drivers, man, it was like he got lawn chaired, man. His knees were up tight by his shoulders, man. So that had to rattle him.
Oh man, and probably that was just put on. I'd be like, yeah, you're gonna earn this.
Yeah. But they got a good over a year run out of all that. So that was the night it started. And like I said, I don't think any of them thought it. I don't think Kaufman, Lawler, or Jarrett thought they would have got that much out of it.
No.
It went to Letterman, and it was a big deal.
Yeah, I still love that on Letterman. That was so awesome.
Oh yeah. That's one of the highlights of that whole angle was.
Yeah. Next time, watch Dave's face the whole time. Next time you see that clip, just watch Dave's face.
Because my thing is, if they say it was a work, but if that was a work, David Letterman could sell his butt off because he sold the crap of what? He sold it like it was a shoot.
Right.
Because he had that look of what the crap just happened,
Yeah.
He was selling it like, oh, Lord, we're getting kicked off the air.
Is this really?
Yeah. So, if he knew about it, he sold the crap out of it.
I was going to say, have we ever heard of him say if he knew anything about it? Or
I've never seen nothing, so I don't.
Yeah.
I don't think I have either. That's why I was wondering if you all had.
Who knows, man? It's wrestling and entertainment together.
Oh,
Who knows? All right, so now we'll go to April 22nd, 1964. Going to Los Angeles, California to the Olympic Auditorium. Dick the Bruiser beat Fred Blassie for the WWA World Title in a 2 out of 3 falls. Bruiser won two of the falls. Okay, now this is what got I went kind of trying to figure this out. Okay, like a month before, Bruiser started up his WWA in Indianapolis. So I went to look. I used to go to Kayfabe Memories, their message board, and it'd take a while to dig some of this stuff out, but you could always find it eventually. Kayfabe Memories message board is shut down. I can't get on it anymore. It says it's, and what Last owns that, so I don't know if he's not going to do it anymore. But man, it's archived all the way back from was it 98 when it first started? 90. I mean, it goes way back, and it was all still there. And so I don't know, but yeah, I was going to try to find out, if there was any working agreement. Because like I said, he started up his a month before, and I was just wondering if it was going to be a working agreement where they switched up talent and stuff like that. So he had the belt. Now by the end of '64, Bruiser stopped going to California in WWA. So I'm wondering if they it was a falling out or something. I don't know. It just want to say I wish I could have found more about it, because it's kind of him to start up his own promotion the month before and call it the WWA, and I guess he knew he was getting the strap, so I just call it WWA, and I use their strap as my champion. So, but after he lost the WWA belt in California, he was still his WWA champion. So.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of all confusing.
No, but I think I've used fingers and toes here, but I think I got it figured. No, I'm just kidding.
It's kind of those things where Bruiser kind of was going into business, opening up, his territory, and he was still working California, so he kind of had the time. I guess he kind of, basically figured I could use the rub, saying I'm the WWA World Champion, because I'm, I don't know. But I wish Kayfabe Memories would have shut down or whatever. It's froze up or whatever, because I'd really like to find out more detail about that. So
maybe just having server troubles or something, maybe it'll be back.
I hope so, because it's like I said, some of those, man, like I use it a lot for when I did the Tolos Blassie stadium show. And I mean, it took me a long time, because you got to, there was, I want to say, for California, for LaBelle's part of his thing, I want to say there was 20-something pages, and I had to go through almost everyone till I found all those pictures and all that stuff people posted years, 15, 20 years ago, whatever, on that site to get those pictures upside. So it's a lot of digging, but it's worth it, because there's so much stuff that's on there I can't find nowhere else,
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I'm hoping, it's just a glitch for a while or something, because definitely need it for some of the stuff. All right, so now we're going to go to April 6, 1984. I'm probably going to butcher this name. Waukesha, Wisconsin. Something like that.
All right.
Up in Wisconsin. Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So we have Ken Patera and Masahito was arrested around 1 a.m. at the Holiday Inn. They injured 3 police officers when the police officers arrived at the hotel to investigate a call of 2 guys had thrown a fieldstone through the window of the drive-thru at McDonald's.
You mean that disgruntled employee threw the rock, Quinton?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just showing what the newspaper ad said. Thanks for correcting me on that. And I don't want to implicate something that a friend of the show might have done.
Right,
You know,
right.
They didn't do.
Right,
They didn't
allegedly.
do. Yeah. So the newspaper ad said the wrestlers, when the wrestlers come to the hotel to question them, says the newspaper says the wrestlers were throwing the officers around. They said one of the officers hit Saito in the leg twice with his nightstick, and basically they said Saito no-sold it.
Ouch.
Yeah. Wow.
They said he just turned around and looked at them.
I mean, dude, Saito has a eternal real one status because from what I understand, he wasn't at the McDonald's. He was in the hotel room and all of a sudden the cops just show up and he's in a fight with the cops. I could be wrong on the timeline on that, but I don't think he was actually at the McDonald's.
Yeah.
And, man.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I'm just saying, can you imagine? You're just sitting there and your buddies and you're in the hotel room and you're just chilling and all of a sudden the cops are beating down the door and then you're in a fight and you don't even probably
Go time. It's go time.
Yeah, it's just go time.
Time to go. You've got it's yeah. They said he basically no-sold it. They said it took them around 20 minutes to get them cuffed. They said 3 officers were hurt. 3 of them were hurt and went to the hospital. One was still in the hospital. The next day, one still, I think, stayed there for like a couple of days. I think it was it. They appeared in court that morning, and they bonded out on $7,500 each. And they were both appeared back in court on that Monday. The charges were battery on a police officer, resisting arrest, criminal damage of property, obstructing of an officer, and then so the case went to court in 1985. They were convicted, got 2 years. I know Patera only served 18. I couldn't find how many Saito served. I don't know if he served the full 2 years or not.
Okay,
but I found the newspaper article and it was. The way it sounded, they beat the crap out of these cops. And I think one of them was a woman too.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But they said they threw him up against the wall, and they said that the biggest thing was Saito get hit. They hit him twice in the legs with the nightstick. He no-sold it. That's what stuck out the most, man.
Like Hawk no-selling a pile driver.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It just gets up and rolls his neck.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So. Man.
Can you imagine if you're the cop and that dude, just gigantic Japanese guy, just shrugged it off? Oh, man.
Just anybody else you probably hit or seen hit has went down.
Yeah.
And that had to be a first of like, I just cracked this guy hard as I could twice and he's grinning at me.
Oh man, that's funny.
Oh gosh. And Saito, man, he was the size of all 3 of them police officers, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
Patera was a monster too. I mean, I think I would have been like, I would have opened up the door, saw them too. I would have shut the door, I went back down and called for backup.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd be like, y'all see that kid threw that rock?
I'd be like, bring the whole police force. Because this ain't gonna happen.
They're probably lucky they didn't get shot.
Yeah, that's a good point. Well, today they probably would have.
In the newspaper article, I remember reading it said that one of the witnesses, because it spilled out of the room from what I could gather from, and said one of the witnesses was a guest or staying there. Witness and said that eventually when they finally got it was said they were going to shoot them. That guns was going to be drawn if they didn't. So I'm assuming that more backup got there, and that's when it finally would.
They're like, hey, you all that aren't here yet, bring your guns with you. We forgot ours.
Yeah. I'm probably at one cop was thinking, well, crap, this Japanese guy bullet ain't gonna do nothing to him.
Japanese Hulk over here.
Yeah. They said that, It didn't go into details if they drew them on them or they told them they was going to draw their guns on them. It didn't really go into much detail on that, so I don't know. But it was one of the witnesses said that. All right, so now we're going to go. This gets interesting here on this one. We're going to go to April 5th, 1978. We're going to go down to Mobile, Alabama. This is Ron Fuller's first show he ran in Mobile after taking over.
After buying the place without even checking how the business was.
Yeah, sure. Just buying it as is. Didn't even look at the books.
He wanted it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess he went, like I said, I think we talked about this. He went to Knoxville, turned out a gold mine. When his dad was running Gulf Coast, it was a gold mine. So I guess he just, seemed like everything on Fuller's touch turned to gold. So they had that touch of. So I guess that's why he didn't care to. He figured I'd just turn around. All right, so that night they had a one-night tournament to crown the new Southeastern Heavyweight Champion. We'll just call it the Southern End. Mm-hmm. Ron Fuller won that tournament, so he was the first Southeastern Heavyweight Champion on the South End. This is what really gets it's crazy. Like I said, this is the first show they had in Mobile, right? Mm-hmm. Also, on that night, Ron Fuller was arrested for striking a fan. So he wins the belt, runs the town, first night, wins the belt, beats up a fan. So he was arrested. He was booked that night and was released on $500 cash bond. The fan was hospitalized with facial lacerations. So I tried to find the court thing, if it settled out of court or if it was a court case. I couldn't find anything on it. So I'm thinking Fuller had to write out a big check, I'm thinking, to somebody. But yeah, so you win the belt your first night, and I'm thinking about that. Remember that promo he cut for the first night of TV in Dothan for their first their first TV they had down there was taped in Dothan. We had that big long interview and was berating the people of the Gulf Coast. It's like he probably I tried to find. I want to say it was. Maybe it was Armstrong he beat in the final, maybe? I'm sure he cheated. So this guy was mad because Fuller won. He's mad because he's been talking smack on TV about the people. Yeah. And I guess he thought he was going to whoop this 6'9", 275-pound guy and lost out on that one. So, but when I read that, your first night in, the territory's on its butt, and you come in, you're going to revive it in the first night. Something happens you don't want to happen. A fight with one of the boys, and one of the boys is you, the owner.
Yeah.
It's just like, what the crap, dude?
Yeah. Right.
That was just odd that unless the guy jumped him and he had to do it self-defense.
Yeah. There's always that chance, right? I'm
thinking he just had so much heat, man. Because like I said, that interview, he just buried the people, man. Just talked bad about them, And then if he beat Bob Armstrong, good gosh, you screw Armstrong over, they're really gonna be hot. Oh yeah,
definitely.
And I'm sure dude had a little too much to drink too.
Probably so. Yep.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to go to April 10th, 1987. We'll go to Baltimore, Maryland, the Baltimore Arena. On this day, we have the 1987 Crockett Cup. All right. Now, I remember this stuff, but I don't remember this stuff. So I had to kind of go into it. Did you always hear the Crockett Cup? Oh, man, the Crockett Cup was awesome. Crockett Cup was awesome. So this was in 87. They moved it to a 2-day event. So the first day attendance was 13,500. Second day attendance was 18,000. So everybody really want to see the last part. Man, when I was looking at this, dude, a lot of these teams are just thrown together. They went like real teams.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, it was, oh, crap. Like they used Rocky King,
Okay.
Ricky Lee Jones, which is Ricky Gibson, Italian Stallion, the Thunderfoots, Denny Brown, Todd Champion, and George South.
Okay.
Now, they were thrown in tag team, mixed with different people. These weren't tag teams together, except for Denny Brown, Todd Champion. They were tag teams in the Thunderfoots. But they were just thrown together, different people. They're all enhancement guys, basically. And, gosh, I wrote it down on the other piece of paper. I didn't transfer it over. I had, I think it was 8 first-round matches, and it just, I don't know. The matches just, there wasn't nothing to them. You know, they were, like I said, all these guys were thrown together. Another team was Steve Kern and Nelson Royal, or George South and Mike Graham. Okay.
Yeah. Kern,
okay.
Mike Graham are buddies.
Why was Tony Graham a team?
I think I've heard this story. So, because George South was trained by Nelson Royal, that would have made more sense.
Exactly.
And then, of course, Kern and Graham.
Crockett had just bought out Florida.
Was Stan Lane with the Midnights already just now?
Yes.
So I think Steve was supposed to be booked as the Fabs, and I think Stan joined the Midnights, and that's what caused Steve to be the odd man out.
Yeah, but why wouldn't you put him with
Mike Graham? Yeah, no, that makes no sense. But if you watch that match, Steve seems kind of ticked. Like, watch it again. He seems kind of ticked in that. I've watched that kind of recently.
That match was a time limit draw.
Yeah.
It went like 20 minutes.
Right.
I think that's why he was ticked.
Probably.
Yeah, it's like they didn't make sense. Like I said, none of those matches really, the first round, I don't know. I guess they just want to stretch it 2 days. I don't know why. The first day main event was Ole Anderson and Big Bubba in a cage. That was the main event for the. Now the second day was the second round, to the finals. It was a lot better. You had the winners of it, of course, was Dusty Nikita, with the WTA tie-in. So they went over. But some of these matches, even in the second round, it makes sense. Now, one match I saw the highlights the other day, was Dusty Nikita against Bill Dundee and Barbarian. Man, go watch that match. Bill Dundee stole the show in this match.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, man, he was on. It was Memphis. Oh man, it was the Memphis of Memphis he could be.
That's awesome.
It was great. It was great.
Okay.
Yeah, so I said Nikita and Dusty, and the finals was they beat Lex and Tully, not Tully and Arn.
Wow.
Arn was put with Kevin Sullivan.
It almost has a battle bowl kind of thing to it,
Yeah, it didn't. I'm leaving a lot of it because I know Baba and that other Japanese guy was in it. 87 Baba is not good.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what. I think he was at every one of them. I think he was at all 3 of them. Baba was, I think. Now, this match probably was really good. The Midnight Express took on the Garvins. It went 15 minutes, so that that was a good match.
Oh yeah, definitely.
My whole thing is they could have cut some of these first round matches out and had shortened it down and had the decent ones maybe go a little longer, because some of these matches didn't go long at all. The second round was really good. Like I said, it was real good matches. And the main event, well, besides the finals, but the main singles match on the second day was Flair against Wyndham, and that only went 26 minutes. I don't think I've ever heard of Flair and Wyndham going under 45.
I was gonna say, was somebody sick or something? You
Yeah,
know?
I mean, because they had so much crammed in.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. They could have shortened a lot of these, and I had so many of these thrown together teams. Another thing in that first round, it was kind of odd. Was I think it was on this one was Sheska Watley and T.J. Khan was team, which they were a team. They were
Right.
part of Paul Jones's army, but Paul Jones didn't go out with them. Yeah, it was a total of 21 tag matches in the combined 2 days. 21 tag matches. That's crazy. I mean,
Yeah.
and why didn't you? My thing is, I know you try to make more money off from having two days, but why don't you just cut the card down and do one long day of a 4-hour show?
Yeah. That would have been better. Yeah.
Yeah, or a 3.5-hour show. And I don't know, I don't know. They were trying to get more out of, I guess they thought more was better, but obviously that first round, go back, it's out there on YouTube. Go back and look at some of that matches. I do remember the first match. I scanned through it. It was Rocky King and Bobby Jaggers against the Thunderfoots. And I was like, where was Dutch? Dutch had left the month before. He left NWA.
Oh,
So
okay.
So they put Rocky King. The finish got messed up. They messed up the finish of the first crapping match in the tournament. The Rocky King bent down to go backdrop one of the Thunderfoots. He was supposed to kick him, put the boot to him. That was it. Dude, he freaking grazed him. And Rocky King fell on his butt instead of taking the bump back and selling. So they go back and redo it.
Oh man.
Yeah, so I'm like, there you go. That's what you get for having a match you shouldn't have had. First match was a stinker,
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it just, Oh, and Dundee and Barbarian in the first round. Oh, crap. I can't remember who they were working. Okay, you think they'd go over clean, right?
Mm-hmm.
The finish. They had to use a gimmick. I'm trying to remember who they were working. Oh, gosh, who was it? Oh, man, who was they working? But anyway, it wasn't a big team or nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They had to use a gimmick to beat them. Barbarian's your gimmick.
Yeah.
Why do you they use a gimmick from Barbarian to beat somebody?
Yeah.
And it wasn't like it was one of these thrown together teams. I think maybe I can't remember who it was, but it's like seriously, you don't need a gimmick screw finish for the Barbarian match.
Yeah.
I didn't understand. I don't know.
What confused me is they didn't take the opportunity to put Todd and Chris Champion together. You know what I mean?
I was thinking, I thought about that this morning when I was transferring all this over onto my format, and if you want to call it that. And I was thinking, where's Chris Champion? Where's the new breed?
Yeah.
And I was thinking, was that when they had that car wreck and they were out?
Possibly. Yeah.
So that's yeah, because they wasn't on there. And I'm thinking, and you know what stuck out about this? There was no Rock and Roll Express in this thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
How do you have a tag tournament without the freaking Rock and Roll Express?
Doesn't count in my book.
And I was like, I know Robert had knee problems around this time. I was thinking, well, maybe he was out. I went through the match listings, and they worked May. They were there up till this and after this. So I don't know why they wasn't on it.
Huh. That is
It's weird. Yeah. But yeah, why wouldn't you have one of your,
top teams?
Yeah.
You got every other thrown together crap team out there.
Yeah.
You don't even have the real one.
Yeah. It don't, I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
That's a good question. Yeah.
I guess that's why they only had 3 of them things. But anyway, all right. So we're going to go to April 1st, 1990. It's going to be WrestleMania 6 in Toronto at the Sky Dome. The attendance was 67,678.
Be lucky if they have that on both nights this year.
Yeah. Dang. Well, if they do, I'm just wondering how much I mean, you got to think about there's going to be a lot of comps of business sponsors and stuff giving away tickets, and you know what I'm saying? Because I mean, there's a lot to it, but of what actually it can be full, but what's going to be the real, paid, mission.
We'll never know.
No. All right, so this year they had 15 matches, and it included one dark match. This is said to be one of the worst WrestleMania. Not as bad as the one in Vegas. The first one in Vegas, not the one this year in Vegas. the one in the early 90s. So this one, only 2 matches went over 10 minutes. I said a lot of matches on paper. I don't think it really stood out. Me just just looking at it, was Dusty and Sapphire versus Savage and Sherry.
Huh.
Now, this ain't gonna be a Lou Fest technical, but it was entertaining.
Oh,
it had to be.
it. Yeah.
It had to be with Dusty in it. I mean, I'm sure the Sapphire, she didn't do much, but the way they set it up, it had to be entertaining.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, because it wasn't supposed to go out there to be a good match. It was just going to go out there to be entertaining. Now, this match, was this the one was talked? I don't know if this was talked about or not in the Paul Diamond episode. I don't know if this was the one with Diamond. It was the Rockers to go on the Orient Express. Was Diamond in this one, or was it Sato? Sato?
That's a good question. I know the Royal Rumble 91 was him, but I'm not sure on that. It might still be Sato. Yeah.
The match was only 10.5 minutes long, and I would have rather had them go 15.
Yeah,
because that was a banger, man. That had to be a good. Even if it was a Kiyosato in there, so he still could go. He was getting old, but he still could go.
Oh yeah.
So I'd rather seen that than some of these matches I saw on this card. Now a lot of people said this WrestleMania was one match WrestleMania. It was all for about one match, and it was the main event was Hogan against the Warrior. No, it's supposed to have been the passing of the torch thing, because the Warrior went over for the heavyweight strap, and a lot of people said that was Warrior's best match he's ever had.
And that's why I'll say, a lot of people are always on Hogan can't wrestle or whatever like that, but he got a pretty good match out of Warrior compared to a lot of Warrior's matches.
Yeah, because it was over like 20-something minutes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean. It's like, how do you get 20-something minutes out of Warrior and it's good for what, and like I said, they said it was one of his best matches, which I'm trying to remember back. I mean, from what I know I watched it, back during the tape trade things when I had it. I think it was, from what I can remember, it was probably his best match. Definitely was his longest one.
I believe that. Yeah, definitely.
but they said that was basically a one match WrestleMania, which pretty much was.
I agree with that.
Yeah. So all right, now we're going to go to April 13th, 1990. We're going to Tokyo, Japan, to the Tokyo Egg Dome. It's still called Egg Dome then.
Mm-hmm.
We had a card called the Wrestling Summit. It was New Japan, All Japan, and the WWF. All three of them put on this Wrestling Summit. The attendance was 53,742. It was 12 matches. I'm not going to go into all of them. There was no New Japan, All Japan crossover matches. None of those guys worked each other. The matches that kind of stood out when I just looked over them, Jimmy Snuka. Remember, this is 1990 Snuka, 1982 Snuka. Jimmy Snuka and Tito Santana beat Kenta Kobashi and Masafuchi. Yeah. I mean, Fushi was a veteran, but Kobashi was in that Pillars. They were starting to build that Pillars.
Right.
That was the time it was starting to, 90s when it started really starting to build it.
Mm-hmm.
But you let Snuka and Tito Santana beat you in Japan?
Yeah, that's
That was odd.
Well, when you said that and then the name came up, I was thinking like, wow, that's huge,
Yeah.
So
That's what really, really stood out. Okay. Jumbo, Shruda, and Haku beat Mr. Perfect and Rick Martel. That was probably really good.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
I mean, I didn't see a time on it. And then Tenru beat Savage. That was really good.
Oh, yeah, man.
Yeah, I'd like to see that one.
Definitely.
Yeah. And I don't think it's anywhere because New Japan, you can't find none of their crap on YouTube.
Got to join the world, man. You got to join New Japan.
There's all kinds of All Japan all over YouTube. But New Japan, man, you put something, it gets took down quick.
Yes, it does.
Their stuff gets took down quicker than WWEF stuff does.
Yeah. I mean, WWE will let you keep it on your channel. They just take all the views, and if you make any money from it, they take all the money from it. They let you keep it, though. New Japan will just shut down your channel.
Take the whole thing off.
Yeah.
Boom. So it's like I said, you got to join their gimmicks. So it's probably on there somewhere. But yeah, that Tenru Savage match, I'd really like to see that. Maybe,
Definitely.
And the main event was Hulk Hogan beat Stan Hansen. I was really shocked about this. I figured it would go to a double DQ or count out or something because Hansen that's All Japan's top guy. And doing a job in Japan in the biggest show of the year, even though it is to Hogan, but I don't know. I don't know. Vince must have gave Baba a lot of money to do that.
That's what it sounds like.
Had to be because, man, that's Baba's top guy.
Yeah. Going in there.
And doing the job in Japan. And if it's in America, I say, no big deal. But I just can't see, count out or double DQ. That kind of shocked me.
Yeah, because, they already got the Tito match. They're like, hold on.
Tito and Snuka, man. Like I said, it's not 1982 Snuka. It's 1990 Snuka.
Right. super
Tito,
fly.
And Tito was he doing the El Matador gimmick by then? He was.
If not, he was about to. Yeah.
Tito wasn't burning it up in 1990.
No.
And that one was shocking. That whole show, but it had a lot of, New Japan matches, All Japan matches. It had, and I think there was some New York WWF against WWF matches too. But there was a lot of that. But yeah, the few crossovers looked good, and then on the other hand, some of them kind of scratch your head at. So.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. So now
be interesting to hear Stan talk about that because I'm surprised you hadn't heard something of him talking about it. I don't know.
I wonder if it's out there somewhere.
I'm looking, so I'll update if I see anything.
Yeah, because he's did a lot of interviews for the years. That would be that'd be something to like I said, because I just can't see Baba letting his top guy. But anyway, sorry, we're gonna move on. One of the things, this episode's got a lot of things that makes you wonder, But anyway, so go to April 6, 1981. We're going to Memphis, Tennessee, the Mid-South Coliseum. And this match on this show, what do you think the attendance was? Before I even tell you what the main thing was.
What did it hold in there again? 6.
You could get over 10,000. You could squeeze 11 in there with the right setup, standing room only, and that stuff.
And you're saying 81, and you're not even saying who's in the match. I'm going to say it's a sellout. Why not?
Paid attendance, 0.
Oh, okay. I know what this is.
Jerry Lawler and Terry Funk wrestled to a no contest in the famous empty arena match.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Do
you like this? Do you like this match?
I love it.
Me too.
When I was younger, I loved it to death. Still love it, but now I don't understand the outcome of it.
Yeah.
I still don't understand psychology, if you're going by wrestling psychology of the finish, I didn't understand it. I don't still understand it. But the match in general was crazy. I loved the whole concept. Because has that ever been done before that?
I don't think so. I mean,
I don't think it had either.
Yeah. Not that I know of. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if it hadn't been, it wasn't known. I mean, because some stuff happened in the territories people didn't know about.
Right. Right.
So many territories in the years and everything, and so if it hadn't been done, that was very, very ahead of its time, innovative, I think. So
my eye.
And the whole thing was it. My whole thing was with the finishes, and I've seen people say this too. Why the finish shouldn't have. Why come back with anything? Because Lawler he had nothing to prove.
Right.
So why you can't bring it back off this to actually make to people want to see it. They saw it on TV. They saw Funk get his eye put out. So people don't. What's the people want to see Lawler do to him? I'm just saying that the booking. I don't know. It just kind of seemed like that your babyface walks off and your heels. If this was the final match, which I don't think they went too much longer after this, why would you? I don't know. It just the whole booking psychology of wanting the fans to see something to come back. Want to see that babyface get his just due.
Yeah.
Well, he just put Funk's eye out. There's no just due for Lawler anymore. I don't know. I've seen people say that, and I see it, but who knows why they did it this way? Because I don't think Funk. I won't say he wasn't around too much longer. Maybe one more match, maybe or two. It wasn't much after that. So maybe I'm just wondering. Maybe when they did this, Funk wasn't going to come back, and then something happened where he did come back. Maybe
that's a good chance.
Who knows? That's one of those things. I guess you got to watch old shoot interviews and find out.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm sure this was brought up because Lawler's did some. I think Jerry Jarrett maybe did a couple. I'm sure this was brought up in some of them shoot interviews of why they did it like this. But anyway, all right. So here we go. We're going to go to April 19th, 1960. We're going to Tucson, Arizona. El Gran Lothario, which is Jose Lothario, and Nelson Royal beat Joe Kono and Red Donovan, become the first Western States Tag Team Champions, the Arizona version. I did not look up see who Joe Kono or Red Donovan was. 1960, Nelson Royal worked forever, didn't he?
Yes, he did. I mean, because he was in Fuller's USA in '88. I know he and then I know he was running his own shows, right? In the '90s, because I'm fairly positive.
Did Independence. Had his own show. Did Independence in the Carolinas and up into the early '90s. So but that the Arizona territory was always is one of those things that's just not a lot of coverage of it. Different people running it, different territory. I mean, it's just one of those states. It's weird. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It never took of its own territory and sustained a while for long periods of time. It was either part of their own. It wasn't successful, or it was parts of different territories through different years. Semi-successful. It's just one of those weird territories.
Yeah.
All right, so now we're going to go to April 11th, 1984. Going to Shreveport, Louisiana. And this one is a friend of the show. Crusher Khrushchev beat Terry Taylor in the finals of the Mid-South TV title tournament. He became the first TV champion. And you know what was different about this title?
No, but you tell me.
It wasn't a belt. It wasn't a trophy. It was a medal.
Oh, a medal, not a jacket.
not a jacket. Yeah, I forgot about that. Not a jacket. Yeah, a medal. And like an Olympic medal. But I think it was really big. I think medallion was a little bigger than like an Olympic medal. But yeah, he was the first champion, Crusher Khrushchev. But yeah, I'm trying to think. I don't think they had the. I don't know how long they had that medal. It was around for a while. It switched hands a lot.
Okay. Like a Kurt Angle gold medal Olympic kind of thing?
Yeah, it's like that. But the medallion was bigger. Than. Yeah, it was a bigger medallion.
Of course.
Yeah,
of course. It had to be. Yeah.
Yeah. Went around your neck and everything. Yeah, because, good gosh, you had that big monstrous North American title.
I know. Such a.
You had to make your medallion a little bigger than a normal gold medal.
Oh man, that's a great belt though. I love that look.
That's it's in my top 10.
Yeah.
It's definitely in my top 10.
That sounds like a good idea for a show one day, Q. So yeah.
Yeah, me and JP we did an episode one time on our old podcast. We didn't watch anything, or we did. All right, it was like our top 10 belts, I think it was.
Okay, I like it. Yeah.
And I'm a belt mark, so it's right up my alley.
Yeah, definitely. Well, find that list, and me and Jared will give ours sometime.
Hey,
we'll do.
Can I interject for a second? I found out something about Stan Hansen's match against Hogan in Japan. He wasn't supposed to be on the card. It was supposed to be Terry Gordy versus Hogan, and he got subbed in late last minute or something. That's what he's saying.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Well, that makes a little more sense then.
That's what I mean. If that's the match he's talking about, because he's talking about Hogan and different things, and he was talking about after no holds barred, and then he was like, so then later there was a match against Hogan that I was in that I wasn't supposed to be in and got subbed in kind of last minute, but. Well,
that would make more sense. I mean,
yeah,
you build it up. If you build it up as Gordy, and then somehow you slide him in, the people well, he slid in. He didn't have time to prepare, so it didn't hurt him. You know what I'm saying? They don't. You can spin it that way. That's definitely a way you can spin it. Having your top guy do the job.
Right.
Yeah, that would make more sense if that's what it was. Yeah, that would make sense then.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, so now we're going to go to April 2nd, 1993. We're going to Dallas, Texas. We're going to the Global Dome.
Oh, baby.
This is the Kerry Von Erich Memorial Show, which it wasn't called. From what I saw, some of the things said the official title was the Atkinson's Family Memorial Show. It was a benefit show to raise money for Kerry Von Erich's girls, his daughters. Attendance was 1,570. There was 10 matches. I'm going to go through them real fast. Bubba Fangman beat Ed Robinson. Two local guys. I think they did jobs on Global. Second match was friend of the show, Alex Porto.
Yeah, we talked about this show.
Beat Hardbody Calvin Knapp.
He flew back from Japan for this, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So anyway, sorry.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead. You're fine. Yeah. You know what? I don't think I'll finish listening to that episode. I tell you, man, the baseball, it's from February to end of May. My schedule is so screwed up with baseball. I have everything. It's just, yeah.
It's okay, buddy. You're good.
I've listened to some of it. I just, I'll finish it. Trust me, I got a lot of stuff to listen to and watch after college baseball's over. I got tons of stuff to catch up on.
That's good.
Anyway, so we've got a third match. Scott Putski beat Rod Price by DQ. Fourth match, Booker T beat Crybaby Buxton by countout. I thought there was only one Crybaby. Well,
yeah.
I've never heard of a Crybaby Buxton. Buxton, not Bunks, Bust, but whatever. Anyway.
Yeah, one of them.
Yeah, one of those guys. Fifth match was Steve and Sean Simpson beat the Kongs, Awesome and King Kong. Sixth match, Terry Sims beat Killer Tim Brooks by DQ. Seventh match was John Hawk and Bobby Dickham Jr. beat Awesome and King Parsons and Action Jackson. And John Hawk was JBL. Eighth match was Mike Davis beat Black Bart by countout. The ninth match was a GWF North American Tag Team title match. The Ebony Experience beat Sid Vicious and Johnny Rodden. Evan Experience was Harlem Heat.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of shocked to see Sid was there.
Okay. Yeah.
Going all the way down to Texas. Johnny Rotten was a Memphis guy, I think.
Yeah.
I know. I only saw him in Memphis in the early '90s.
Okay.
The main event was Ken Von Erich and Chris Adams beat the Freebirds of Michael Hayes and Buddy Roberts.
Okay. I bet that was a good one. Yeah.
Now, trying to think where I heard this. Where did I hear this at? Anyway, they said that I want to give credit to who I heard this show on. I can't remember. But they said something about after the match, Chris Adams went out and thanked the fans. And they said, why didn't Kevin do it? And somebody said something about the money. He got paid $1,000 to do this, like everybody else did it for free.
Okay.
I'm trying to. I don't write some of this down. It pops in my head when I start talking about it. But something about it was about the money thing. He's the only one who took a payoff. Somebody said that they owed him money or something, and then somebody said it was because he had to cancel booking in Georgia to do this show. And then somebody said, looked it up. There was no show in Georgia where he said he was booked. So basically, it was Kevin wanting a payday.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've heard stories. I'm not going to say the name of the guy who told me the story, but that family wasn't all so loving with each other.
Gotcha.
I was told by a very reliable source, Kevin and Kerry got into it in a spot show town over who got the last. There was an odd number of Polaroid money on the Polaroids. There was an odd number, and they were fighting over that last $5.
Oh man! Wow.
Yeah. So when I heard that he wanted $1,000, I could see it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, if I would have heard that story from a very reliable source, I would probably be like, no, he wouldn't have did that to his family. But then I remember the story I was told years and years ago. I believe it.
Well, we believe it if you believe it.
There you go. And if you knew the person that told me, you'd believe it too.
I bet I would.
If he remembers everything. And when I say everything, I mean dates, towns, who he wrestled. Yeah. So you know what I'm talking about.
I know who you're talking about.
Exactly. Anyway. We'll be right back with more Give Me Back My Pro Wrestling.
Are you a pro wrestling fan? Well, stop by Captain's Corner, where you can get autographed photos, cards, magazines, and figures from all of your favorite wrestling superstars of the past, present, and future. You'll also be able to participate in live signings in the weeks and months to come. Make sure to stop by Captain's Corner on Facebook and give us a holler. Remember, cheers to the working man.
Hi, I'm Kerry Von Erich, and this is my brother Kevin. You can get a hot-looking Von Erich t-shirt like this. Each shirt has Kerry, Mike, or myself printed on the front. Or you can get one of these shirts that says Taken by Force from Kerry, Kevin, or Mike Von Erich. Call now and order my t-shirt. No, buy mine. No, buy mine.
The official Von Erich t-shirt comes in 7 sizes. Kids, small, medium, and large. And adults, small, medium, large, and extra large. When you order, ask for the picture shirt with Kerry, Kevin, or Mike, or the Taken by Force shirt with Kerry, Kevin, or Mike's name on it. To get your official Von Erich t-shirt during this special TV offer, call 1-800-628-2900. To save COD charges, use your major credit card or send $10 plus postage and handling to Von Erich t-shirt, Box 586-309, Dallas, Texas 75258. Call now.
All right, so we're going to go to April 19th, 1986. We're going to New Orleans, Louisiana. Going to the Superdome. We're going to Crockett Cup 86. Now, this one, like I said, it was in the Superdome. It was one-day show, but it was split up. They had an afternoon show and a night show. Okay, afternoon show drew 3,500 people in the Superdome. Everybody got their own section.
Wow.
That is a lot of empty seats. And you think about it, those numbers are fudged.
Yeah. Yeah.
you always go round up.
Right, round up.
And you rounded. What's that whole?
And we're not talking the weed killer either.
Yeah, exactly. What is that? Superdome hold like 70,000 at least.
It's massive. I don't know the number off the top, but I'm with you there. 70 sounds good.
3,500.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I would say it's more for. I mean, it might hold that much for a football game. It may even more for something like wrestling.
Oh yeah, something on the floor, definitely. Yeah. Yeah. So good grief. And the nighttime only drew 13,000. I mean, that's a lot better than 3,500. But in that building, good night.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know. And I read a thing was like they were wanting to have it the first one in, have it in Charlotte, but it didn't work out. So they took it all the way to New Orleans, and I don't know. There was 8 first round matches. This was actually better than the 87. They actually had teams in it. It wasn't a bunch of guys just thrown together. It had Dundee and Landell, which was coming out of Memphis, hot as ever.
Solid.
You had the Sheepherders, the Battens, Hector and Chavo, Fantastics. You had the Fabs. Those are all the first round. Jimmy Valiant and Manny Fernandez, Van Moreski, Barbarians. I mean, you had real teams in this instead of all these thrown together crap. You also had a UWF heavyweight title match. Jim Duggan beat Dick Slater. And you also had a NWA World title match where Flair beat Dusty by DQ. Now, you did have a few teams thrown together, but it wasn't all like enhancement guys.
Okay.
From what I can remember, I'm just going through these notes because it takes me forever to go. The only really enhancement guy I saw that was used on this that really stuck out was Italian Stallion. Now, one of the pairings I didn't understand was Buzz Sawyer and Rick Steiner was a team, but Brett Sawyer and David Peterson was a team.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why.
Is that DJ Peterson you're talking about? David?
Yeah, it should be. Yeah, it should be DJ Peterson.
Okay, yeah.
So it's been odd you'd have the Sawyers together, but everybody else is pretty much added up, had, kind of a connection, kind of.
Yeah, like Steiner and Plunky Sr. I'm just kidding. Steiner and Plunky Sr. together.
Exactly. You had Nelson Royal and Sam Houston as a team. That made sense. They were in Crockett together.
Right.
It's kind of this one made a lot more sense than that 87 one.
Definitely. Yeah.
You had some really good matches. The first round. Check out this match. You had the Fantastics beat the Fabs. That's a first round match. That would have been good.
Oh yeah, definitely. Wow.
I mean,
that's like
the 87. Their first round matches were not very, but that's a good match right there.
Yeah, because a lot of people say the Rock and Roll were the natural next step for the Fabs, but really the Fantastics took the gimmick, where Rock and Roll kind of changed.
Yeah, it was totally different. It was totally different.
Yeah,
actual gimmick, but as that top babyface, pretty boy, white beat, however you want to call it, that was the thing. But the actual gimmick, that was the Fantastics were,
the Fabulous Twos.
Basically, And Bobby Fulton was part of the Fantastic Ones down in that Chattanooga, Georgia territory in was it 82, 83? It only lasted a few months. Him and Terry Taylor were the Fantastic Ones.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Second round, these were some really good matches. Tully and Arn, but check this out. In the second round, Tully and Arn lost to the Fantastics.
Putting them Fantastics over.
Yeah, Tully and Arn losing. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
And this thing I didn't really understand. The Sheepherders beat the Rock and Roll Express by DQ.
Huh.
So you have your top babyface tag team just lost in the second round by DQ.
Yeah.
They're gone.
Yeah. Yeah.
What did they do? It wasn't like they threw somebody over the top rope thing, was it?
I don't know. I have no idea. I haven't watched.
Right, that was a DQ at the time in Crockett, right? Thrown over the top rope.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's got to be something like that, right? I mean,
yeah, but why would you have your top babyface?
Oh, I agree with you. I'm just trying to figure out how they got DQ. Like,
at least they didn't just outright beat them.
I mean, it wasn't like they went out and got. I mean, yeah, it wasn't like they probably went out and got chairs and were just beating them.
The sheep herders were pretty violent, though.
No, they were right.
Yeah, 86, they were still blood and guts. Because that was during the 86, wasn't that during the fantastic sheep herders UWF blood feud? So they were still blood and guts in it. Then in the quarterfinals, the sheep herders and fantastics had a double DQ, so they're both out. So that's kind of odd.
Yeah.
Now this would have been a good one. The quarterfinals, Road Warriors beat the Midnight Express.
Yeah.
Now, this would have been Condry Express.
Okay.
They beat them by DQ, but this would have been the Condry Express. That would have been really good, I think.
All these DQs didn't want to weaken anybody, did they?
Yeah. Nobody want to do this. Well, obviously, the way it looks, Tully and Arn are the only ones that did the job. Of the top guys are the ones that did a job.
Hey,
me and pay me.
Hey, listeners of you listeners out there, if you love current wrestling, this is how they used to get around this 50-50 booking they do these days.
Yeah. So this was kind of weird. The second round, in the first round, one of the teams advanced was Dino Bravo and Rick Martel. Then instead on the second round, they forfeited their match. I don't know if one of them got hurt or what it was, but yeah, there was no second round match. The finals, now this was kind of odd right here. The final match was the Road Warriors against Magnum TA and Ronnie Garvin. Okay, Road Warriors won it. Why? Magnum TA, Ronnie Garvin was not a team. Why were they why didn't you have Nikita and Ivan in the finals against the Road Warriors? It's two babyface teams.
Right. Yeah.
None of this didn't make sense.
Yeah.
Or why didn't you have it to where Tully and Arn were against the Road Warriors in the finals?
Yeah, exactly. That would have been a perfect matchup.
Yeah, I mean, you had this one. Like I said, this one was a lot better than the '87. There's a lot better matches. Like I said, not a lot of just filler matches. I mean, this could be cut down also because I mean, that first round. I mean, even though it had better teams, they could have cut it down and had it one show. Because you think about it, they lost money on this, $3,500 and $13,000. Because you're gonna have to pay. You're having paying rent for that whole day, paying everything, all your expenses. I mean, could have been a lot cheaper if you cut it to a half a day. Using a 3.5 hour show than instead of having the building from dusk to dawn.
Right.
Or AM to just a whole day event. That's just I don't know. I think they just wanted to be something big, and you think about it. These were in April, so these were basically kind of the thing that they wanted to push. You had your WrestleManias in March, late March, and then early April. So maybe this was their thing to have a big show, and they try to make it too big. I think.
Yeah.
If you just kind of, from my perspective of it, because like I said, a lot better than '87. Still could have been, different, and some of the matchups and the finish. I don't know, but anyway, it was 21 tag matches, 15 teams, 23 total matches.
Man,
that's a long day.
Yeah. Oh Lord, we done DQ'd everybody, baby. What we gonna do?
Oh, I was geniusing and I ungeniused myself.
Ungenius myself. He ungeniused himself.
Oh man, that's hilarious.
Oh gosh.
All right. So we're gonna go to April 13th, 1997. We're going to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. It's the ECW Arena. ECW held their first pay-per-view, Barely Legal. Didn't write the attendance down. I think it was like 1,200 or something. It was, about the regular packed in their crowd. 9 matches, including 2 dark matches. I seen the highlights of the Eliminators and Bubba and Devon. I want to see the highlights of it. I mean, I saw the whole thing back in the day. I'm just remembering. I saw the highlights recently. That match was crazy.
Yeah.
It was the opening match of the pay-per-view. They blew the roof off.
Totally. Yeah.
The Rob Van Dam versus Lance Storm, the whole shoot work promo at the end. I still don't know if it was a work or a shoot. Because you hear Rob, I saw an interview with Van Dam. He talked about it, but didn't tell us which one it was. It started out as a shoot, but way before the paper because he wasn't on it.
Right.
He wasn't booked on it, and Emma Paulie got into it. Not got it, but had it. And then he got put on from later on. He got put on, and then he cut the promo at the end. But nobody was work or shoot on the promo. I mean, because there was some friction at the beginning about all that. But anyway, so then like I said, I saw an interview with him. He still didn't tell if it was a work or shoot the interview part. So anyway, the other one is Taz and Sabu. Now this eventually was supposed to be the main event. When was it in January when Heyman cut the promo in the ring with all the boys? The main event was supposed to be Taz and Sabu because remember Taz left,
right,
and got heat with Heyman, got heat with the boys, all the boys there and everything. And then was it November to Remember? I think it was where the lights cut off, and the lights cut back on. It's Sabu in the ring with Taz. It's like, and he was, they brought him back. And I'm pretty sure it was November to Remember of '96.
Sounds right. That sounds right.
When they brought Sabu back. Like I said, there was a legit, bad blood he had with a lot of the boys for walking out. This match, Taz went over. This is where Bill Alfonso turned on Taz and joined up with Sabu and Rob Van Dam. Or they left Taz laying. They beat the crap out of him. The Shane Douglas Pitbull 2 match. I remember everybody talked how bad it was a stinker because Pitbull got blowed up so early into the match, and but they saved the match with Rick Rude
Rick Rude.
Yeah, because remember Douglas had the bodyguards with the black helmets on and all that, and then after the match, Rude comes out with a mask on and the robe, and he kisses Francine, and Douglas attacks him, pulls the mask off, and it's Brian Lee. And then all of a sudden, one of the guys that had on the helmets pops the helmet off, and it's Rude. He punches Douglas, and then Brian Lee chokeslams him. So that saved the match, because the match, from what I remember, and everybody wrote about, said it was awful.
Yeah.
People got blowed up like the first 3 minutes of the match. Then it had the 3-way number 1 contender match, Funk, Sandman, and Stevie. But I remember that was regular, just ECW chaos for just gimmicks and just all over the place, The main event was Raven against Terry Funk. Dreamer Dreamer didn't even work the show. He did commentary. The biggest babyface in the company didn't even work. But he was involved in the finish and hit Raven with the DDT, and Funk of all places, ECW. Y'all remember what the finish was?
I don't.
Small package. Small package Raven.
Oh, wow.
Of all the stuff they saw that night, the main event ended with a small package. Yeah. Overall, I thought it was. Back then, for some reason, I was crazy ECW Mark. I would have ordered the pay-per-view. I don't think Comcast in Nashville carried it, because I had to end up getting it off from Tape Trade.
I don't think our little cable company around here carried it.
I don't think. Yeah, because I would have ordered that and watched it as much as I was watching it and everything. But did y'all ever hear the story about like 2 minutes after it went off the air, the generator, whatever, blew up in the ECW arena, and they would have went off the air if they wouldn't have took it home like 2 minutes before then?
That would have been crazy, wouldn't it?
Did you ever hear about that story?
I don't remember hearing about it.
No, I don't think so.
I heard it somewhere that it went long, and as soon as it went off the air, like 1 and 2 minutes later, the generator went out. So they said that if they went home, it would have went out during the pay-per-view.
Wow.
If that's true, that would have been death to them.
Is that worse, or the was it Halloween Havoc with DDP and Goldberg going too long and pay-per-view cuts out? Don't see the finish. I don't know which would have been worse.
Well, I think ECW would have hurt them more.
Yeah, probably would. You're right.
Because they could always show the finish on Monday night.
Yeah.
ECW TV wasn't everywhere at that time. And so you had the, people watching tape traders, sheet readers, what internet was going around, marks that didn't get their TV on a regular channel to watch it if it went off to watch the finish. So
I feel like Paulie might have found a way to spin it though, or something. I don't know.
He would, but it still would have
been tougher. Yeah,
it would have hurt them for their next pay-per-view. Yeah, which they did that themselves. That second pay-per-view they did was a doozy. Woo. All right, so we're gonna go to April 2nd, 1989. Going to New Jersey, Atlantic City, New Jersey, Trump Plaza Convention Center, WrestleMania 5. This was one of those one-match pay-per-views. It was called "When Mecha Powers Explode." 14 matches. There was a lot of matches on here. They didn't really catch my eye. Hercules Haku, that'd been a good one.
Yeah.
Now this match, they did not do this match justice. This next match, it only went 5.5 minutes. Mr. Perfect and the Blue Blazer. Why in the world would you only give them 5.5 minutes?
No clue.
They would have tore the roof off that place.
Easily.
I mean, I'm sure they did in their little 5.5 minutes. I'm sure they tore the roof off. Right. Tully and Arn versus Martel and Tito. They gave them 9 minutes. That was good.
Oh, yeah. Another, yeah.
No, it was really good. Like I said, this basically a one-match pay-per-view. The main event was Savage and Hogan. They went 17 almost 18 minutes, with Hogan winning the belt. I don't remember that match. Do y'all remember that match?
The Macho Hogan? I mean, I remember watching it, but golly, nothing stands out, really.
I don't remember. I'm sure it was good.
Oh, yeah.
But they said that was one of those, basically one match pay-per-views, one match WrestleManias. So, okay, we're going to go to Memphis. We're going to go April 27th, 1987. We're going to Memphis, to the Mid-South Coliseum. Not only this guy, he's a friend of our whole, I ain't going to say show, our whole conglomerate we have here going now. It's the AWA Southern Heavyweight title match. It's in a cage, hair versus hair, and Austin Idol refunded everybody their money. Austin Idol beat Jerry Lawler in the cage.
Yeah.
Absolutely chaos at the end. Absolutely chaos.
Yeah.
And I know I've talked about this before. It's left a bad taste in my mouth because Jerry Lawler just crapped on everybody that's ever shaved their head for him in a match.
Yeah. Lamest
freaking
ever.
Flat top. Come on, dude.
Yeah.
Shave that joker down.
Yeah.
Basically killed the hair matches in Memphis.
Yes.
I mean, because they was like, every time after that, Jerry Lawler put his hair up. Well, he can blues it. He finally did that one time, but he got a flat top, basically crew cuts.
Q, that might be a good question to hear what Austin Idol thinks on the Austin Idol Power Hour.
Hey,
sure would.
We know a guy that might can get that question in, right?
I don't. Do you all? No, I'm just kidding. But no, but I would love to hear what he thought about that flat top.
Yeah, and if anybody hadn't listened to it, the episode yet, the first episode, go listen to it because he talks a little bit about this at the end. Because man, it was absolutely chaos at the end. People were trying to. One guy, I'm trying to remember, I think he got kind of high up on the cage. I think they finally got him down. But yeah, when they opened that door, and what's crazy is me and JP talked about this on one of our episodes. When they took off, when they opened that cage, they ran. They hauled butt. And you could see Idol leading the way. You could see Tommy behind him. And I actually, if you ever do get around to asking him about this, ask him what happened to Paul Lee, because you see Idol running, you see top of Tommy's head running behind Idol, and you see Paul Lee for like a split second, and then you don't see him.
Yeah,
I think they got him some, because unless he was ducking down running, you couldn't see. You could, like I said, you see Idol, you see Rich, Paul Lee disappears.
Where did Paul Lee go?
Yeah, he had to get some of it, because he was the last guy in the line. It was like Idol was leading them. Idol was, like he said, he was gone.
Yeah.
Tommy went too far behind, and like I said, and then there were so many people. If you couldn't see him, I don't know if he got through, if he ducked down and got through, but he had to get some licks in. He had to get some pounding.
Yeah.
But yeah, you didn't see him. It's like he disappeared. So. And we saw the interview afterwards where they went in the back, did the interview with Lawler's hair and all that in the baggie. He didn't look. I didn't see him. I mean, he could have, if he got bloodied, he could have, cleaned himself up before the interview. But I just asked him, did he get? Because he was at the very end of the line and he disappeared for a little bit.
Yeah. Where did Paul go? That's a good question. I will put that's on the list.
And that was the last base. It wasn't a sellout. It was the closest thing to a sellout. 9,500. That was the closest they've had that in years in that building.
Yeah.
I think the next biggest crowd was the following year, the Lawler versus Henning world title match. I think it might have drew a little more, not much. But that's close enough. I mean, you could cram 11 in there barely. 10's a regular sellout. So 950, I'm sure then there was some comps. So you could say, I call it a sellout.
Yeah, I agree. Let's call it a sellout.
Yeah, we'll call it a sellout. All right. So now we're going to go to, and that's out there on YouTube. Go look at, man, watch the chaos of them getting all that. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. So now we're going to go to April 20th, 1973. We're going to, oh, crap, I'm going to butcher this. Takasaki, Japan.
You did it. You got it.
JWA runs day 6 of the Iron Claw series. This was the last JWA show. They closed the doors because Inoki and New Japan and Baba and All Japan are setting a fire to Japan. The old guard is pretty much done.
Yeah.
They're throwing in the towel. And then, and the rest is history with, Baba and Inoki with their thing. And was IWE stayed around, I think, until like the late, like 79, 80 maybe. They hung on for a while to IWE. But they never was really they were never a competition for Baba and Inoki. They weren't either.
Okay.
But it's still had good stuff, man. You can find some good stuff out there too. They still had some really good stuff in the 70s that IW did. All right, so what say would you? Oh, go ahead.
No, I just remember you talking about the end of JWA a couple episodes ago. So
because all this because it happened so fast. Was it December?
Yeah.
Inoki left. Then was it January? Baba left, maybe.
I think so.
Is that it?
Yeah.
It's all through in there somewhere. But yeah, they all left kind of, it was like boom, boom. And I think it was like a year after, because this was 73, 72. 72 was when All Japan, 72, or later in the year, 72 was Baba. Let's see. New Japan was first, then All Japan. It was, oh gosh, it might have been a year, a little over a year they ran after Inoki left and then Baba left. And so they ran for about another year maybe with three promotions. And like I said, but when Baba left and took the rest of the crew, they still had some, but their main guys were gone.
Mm-hmm.
I remember scanning through the last card. I think their top guy, I think Fritz was like the top American there, still there.
Okay.
I can remember. Yeah. So yeah, it was going to happen. I mean, you can't take that much talent within a year.
Yeah.
It wasn't going to happen.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to go to April 18th, 1985. We're going to stay in Japan. This is not as big as the JWA shutdown, but this was big time. Bruiser Brody jumped ship from All Japan to New Japan.
Oh, man, that's big. Yeah.
For that, it really was because, that he was basically him and Hansen was besides the Funks, that's another level. But besides that, Brody was the next top American.
Mm-hmm.
And then Hansen was second. And then, Hansen and Brody were basically these top tag team because they had the battles with the Funks, man. You seen some of those on YouTube?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Man, great stuff.
Great. Yeah. So, he jumps. And, that's, that was big time. That Inoki, getting that hurt for All Japan to lose Brody. That really hurt.
Had to, yeah.
Yeah, there's no it's just, I know I'm rambling about this, but I don't know, it just the impact of that. You just don't think, it's just one guy, but man, for that Japan thing, it's kind of like when Ric Flair went to New York.
Yeah, I was going to ask.
What just happened? We just lost our top guy,
Right.
Yeah. So it's similar to that in a way,
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to April 30th, 1977. We're going to go to Baltimore, Maryland, to the Civic Center. Superstar Billy Graham beat Bruno Sammartino for the WWF heavyweight title, and that ended Bruno's last heavyweight title run. I think we've talked about this before. I think that they said when the day Superstar Graham won the title, they already had when he was going to lose it.
Right. They already had the date picked. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think you talked about this, how they could have did so much more.
Totally.
With this, and they could have turned him babyface toward the end.
He would have been massive.
That's an senior. They said when he had his set, that's what he did. He didn't veer ship. That's what I always heard.
Yeah.
And I think this was a mistake.
Yeah. Can you imagine, golly, Superstar turning babyface right there? Wow.
Yeah, at the very end. Because, at first, you don't have the whole heat of beating Bruno, but at further you go on, and then, just that time period, he was so charismatic, man. Just he could talk to people into liking him.
Yeah.
And I think this, and I think two biggest things I think Senior messed up on that I can really, I'm sure there's some way back, but in the modern times was taking the belt off from Graham and not turning babyface. And the second one was back on holding the belt too long. That was his two, I think, biggest mistakes that Senior did.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I think that would really, I think it would have worked. It really would have worked at the end.
Yeah.
Because had him the Grand Wizard turn on him. Yeah, that definitely would have worked.
Totally.
And just brought him just every month to the Garden and both Gardens and to Philly and Baltimore have, Grand Wizard bringing a big gun every month to take him out. It would work. It would work.
I agree. Yeah.
All right. So now we're going to go to, this is a good one. Going to go to April 20th, 1986. We're going to go to Minneapolis, Minnesota. We're going to go to the Metrodome. You know what's coming?
I think I do. Yeah.
AWA Wrestle Rock 86, baby.
Oh, Wrestle Rock.
The rap and everything, man.
Oh, loved it. Oh,
yeah.
That drew pretty good. I mean, it's a big building, but the Metrodome was pretty big. They drew 21,000, which is not a lot of people for that building, but for them at the time, yeah, because 86, they were starting to go down in 86.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of guys had left. So 21,000 that's a pretty good house. This was a long one too. Oh man. 16 matches. They had try to be politically correct, even though I'm not. They had a little man tag match with it was Little Brooks guys. They had a women's battle royal, which that was something I've never seen at that time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then this was the overkill. 3 cage matches. Yeah. Some of the highlights there, the Rockers worked Rose and Summers. That was one of their many year-long matches in the year-long feud. All their matches I saw were good.
Yeah. Yeah. That feud was great too. Yeah.
Yeah. Buddy was starting to put on his weight then. But still could go. I mean, he hadn't gotten real big, but compared to his Portland days, he had started putting on a little more weight, but he could still go.
Oh.
This next match, I didn't know it was on this card. It had to be really good. It was Barry Windham, Mike Rotundo versus the Fabs. That was good.
I bet so. Yeah.
And then this next one, I would love to see it because it's so bad. It was probably good. It was so bad. Giant Baba versus Bulldog Bob Brown.
Oh man. Yeah, Baba.
I don't like talking bad about a legend, but 86 Baba, man, come on. I mean, it just legend. He did a lot of good stuff, but 86, yeah, he couldn't move, and him and Brown, I'm sure that was yeah.
Yeah.
This next match, is this out on video? Because I gotta watch this because this next match had to be good. Harley Race versus Rick Martel.
Oh man,
because that had to be good because Harley still could go in 86.
Yeah,
he hadn't been to New York and got hurt yet, so with his stomach issue, so he was still going in 86. That'd have been really good. So next one. I wouldn't want to care to see it. Vern Gagne beat Sheik Adnan KC in a cage match.
Oh man! Wow.
Yeah. Why?
Yeah.
There was another cage match. I can't remember. It was I just remember it had Greg Gagne in it, and I can't remember. I didn't write it down. But the main event.
Power Town on a pole match.
What is it?
Power Town on a pole match.
Oh my gosh! Wow, that's stiff. So the main event was a cage match. The Road Warriors versus Michael Hayes, not Buddy Jack Roberts, not Terry Gordy, but a future Freebird and Jimmy Jam Garvin.
Really? Huh.
Yeah, I was odd to see that. I figure it would have been, Gordy or Roberts, but no, it was Jimmy Jam was in there.
I mean, they made a great tag team. They could work together, But,
I mean, it's totally different from the other two.
Yeah, it wasn't my favorite, but yeah.
No, it wasn't my favorite, but all of them, they blended in their own way. And and Hayes and Garvin blended good together in their own way.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that was the main event of the famous Wrestle Rock.
Okay. Well, cool.
It's on YouTube. I'm going to send you the link.
Yeah, sure.
The whole thing's on there. So.
I'm going to scan through some of that.
Yeah.
The Vern Adnan match is like the second to last.
Yeah,
It's crazy to me that would be the second to last show.
Yeah, Vern. Not only Vern pushing his son, he pushed himself to the end too.
I mean,
when did
how old is Vern at this point? Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah. When did he wrap it up?
That had to be in one of his last matches. If it's not his last match.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
yeah.
I know. Didn't he win the title like in '81 the last time or something? Am I wrong about that? I could be wrong, but
Yeah, he beat Bachman and then retired.
yeah, with the title.
Yeah. It's like, why he put himself over then retired. I'm like, dude.
Yeah.
I could see putting yourself over and retiring, but not after you win the belt.
Right. Yeah, it's forever mine. Yeah. John Cena. That was. I know you don't watch current stuff, but that was part of his deal. He was going to keep the title. Sorry.
That's all right. And Tiger Mask worked a guy we've already mentioned earlier in the show. He will definitely get 2 mentions on my show. Anyway, so now we're going to go to April 7th, 1986. We just talked about seniors' 2 big blunders we know of. This is probably one of this is Junior's biggest blunders. Mm-hmm. We're going to WrestleMania 2. This was the 3-city WrestleMania.
Right, yeah.
Which I've never understood it, and they never did it again. Because it was stupid. Mm-hmm. Stupid. The first one was in Nassau, was in Uniondale, Long Island, New York, the Nassau Veterans Memorial Coliseum. There was only, 4 matches?
Yeah.
Drew 16,585. Okay, did they have that on closed circuit TV for the other two shows on there?
I would hope so.
Because man, if I paid that much money for 4 matches, I'd be mad.
Yeah.
The main event was, I just did the main event of this, Mr. T versus Roddy Piper in the boxing match. Mm-hmm. And this had a lot of this. They threw some name power, not wrestling name power, but out of, I say real life. I don't know the word, real life name power. In Mr. T's corner, you had Joe Frazier, and of course you had the Haiti Kids we talked about last month about them getting the haircut.
Yeah.
So he was in the corner, and now Piper had, of course, Bob Orton Jr., and he had Lou Duval in his corner, the famous boxing coach.
Yep.
Okay. So it went 4 rounds. Mr. T won by DQ. And also there was judges. And this is odd. I had to write this down. Here are the judges, the 3 judges for the boxing match. Cab Calloway.
Huh?
Exactly. Yeah. What do I got to do with a boxing match? Okay. Here's the second one. Daryl Dawkins.
Okay.
You remember him?
Yeah, the basketball player.
Breaking the backboards.
Yeah.
Yeah, Daryl. Okay. Now here we go. Here's the 3rd judge. G. Gordon Liddy. What an odd cast of characters for 3 boxing judges.
It was like, throw a dart at a bullseye of a map of every celebrity they can get.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Who pulled those names out of the hat? Yeah, that was really odd. I don't remember anything about this boxing match. I'm sure it wasn't that good.
Yeah, because Piper body slammed him, I think, right?
Yeah, the DQ. Yeah, I think he grabbed him. Yeah. So yeah, on paper, it didn't even look good on paper.
Yeah. Right.
Okay, so now we're going to go to the next city. That was Rosemont, Illinois, at the Rosemont Horizon. It had 4 matches. It drew 9,000 people. One of the main things, it wasn't the main event, but one of the main things was the WWF and NFL Battle Royal. Mm-hmm. That got a lot of airplay.
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember it. Did Refrigerator Perry win it?
No. He had a great spot in it.
Yeah, he had a big spot.
Why didn't you? Hold on. You're in Chicago, Rosemont, suburb of Chicago. Yeah. 86. You have Refrigerator Perry, basically one of the top 5 names.
The most popular bear, probably, as far as Walter Payton, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, he's top 5 most popular NFL football players in 86. I say top 5. Has to be. But he don't win. Who won?
Andre. No,
Andre.
that's a good one. But I think it is Andre.
I think it's Andre, but I could be wrong.
Because I was thinking of the first match with him and Stud. But see, what happens is it ends up that Fridge goes out, and then he like comes back to shake Big John Stud's hand, like
kind of the Hogan Sid thing.
Yeah, the Hogan Sid thing.
Oh, the old pull him over the top.
Yeah, and he's like, "All right, you got me, brother. Here, shake my hand." And then he pulls Stud over. But one of my favorite parts of that match is our good friend and former guest of the show. I think he was on episode 101. You should go listen to it. It was a big deal for me. Ted Arcidi was in that match.
Sure was. That's right.
Yeah.
Remember? Yeah, he was. That's right. I remember that.
Yeah,
now.
Andre the Giant won by eliminating Bret Hart.
What?
Yeah, Bret was in it. Yeah.
Bret stayed to the very end.
Yeah.
Now I think if I'm remembering right, Bret was wearing like the blue and black instead of the
Yeah, because they didn't go straight to pink and black for a while because they were they did blue and black, yellow and black, black and yellow with the yellow stripe. Yeah, they did different. If you watch the stuff from Prime Time or whatever the was on the show where they showed all the house show match stuff. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you look at him and Neidhart's gear. They didn't go pink and black till later on.
Because apparently Vince saw them in pink and was like, "Never change." So
hey, that was good because it worked.
It definitely worked. Yeah.
So, like I said, the main event was actually Beefcake and Valentine against the Bulldogs.
Yeah.
Now the Bulldogs in their corner, I guess they had to have some celebrity in this one too, was Lou Albano, and guess who else was in the Bulldogs corner?
Was it Ozzy?
Ozzy Osbourne. Yeah. Man, that's that. Yeah, I didn't remember that. I was like, wow. I guess that makes sense. British Bulldog, Ozzy. But
and I think they're all from Birmingham, right? Because Ozzy's from Birmingham. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Well, that makes even more sense.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So then we're going to go to the third city. We're going to Los Angeles, California, the LA Sports Arena. 14,500. They had 4 matches also. The main event was Hogan and Bundy in the steel cage. Now, go back to Max Payne's episode we did. Didn't he have something to do with setting up that cage?
Setting up the cage, yeah. I think you can actually see him in it, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember him talking about. I thought that's what he said on that episode. He helped do the cage. Yeah. So, I didn't write down the other matches because this was the main event.
Right.
This would have been a decent show if it all been in one city.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
They got too ambitious with it, I think. Yeah.
It went too big, too fast.
Right. They wanted to make it a bigger spectacle, and they just, whoo. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. Woo's what you got.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to go to April 22nd, 1988. We're going to Greenville, South Carolina to the Memorial Auditorium. This is the Crockett Cup 88. And they went 2-day gimmick again. The first day drew 4,440. That's a big building, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I guess they learned their lesson from these 2-day gimmicks.
Seriously.
7 matches in the first round. They had a singles match. It was called a Prince of Darkness match with Kevin Sullivan against Jimmy Garvin.
Okay.
First round, none of the matches really stuck out to me. Second round, one of the matches that really stuck out was the Midnight Express against the Sheep Herders. That would have been really interesting.
Yeah, I bet it was good.
Okay, day 2 was the quarters, semi, and the final. Let's see. You had 2 regular matches on this show. You had a Texas Bull Rope match with the Midnight Rider versus J.J. Dillon. I'm sure J.J. got bled like a hog. Then they had an NWA World Title match. Flair gets Nikita, which I'm sure that was good. You had the Midnight Express against Sting and Luger. That would have been good. This would have been really good this time period because I think they spun off from this and did an angle. Road Warriors against the Powers of Pain.
Yeah.
That would have been good. Tully and Arn versus the Fantastics. That was really, really good.
Oh, yeah. No doubt.
And And they got this final match good, right? Sting and Luger beat Tully and Arn in the finals.
Mm-hmm.
Now that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. That's they fixed some stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they had to.
This was a cluster, baby. This was a cluster.
Yeah, and this was the last one because I guess Turner wasn't gonna. I guess he figured he didn't want to have no Turner Cup since the Crockett Cup really didn't pan out too well.
Right. Or, I mean, it wouldn't have been a Crockett Cup either way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. When I fix to say, please do not call me the territory guru anymore, because I did something last month that was just, oh man, really bad. I had my dates wrong. For some reason, I thought Jerry Jarrett started running in Memphis. I thought it was February. I should do it again, February. I thought it was April 1st or April 2nd. It wasn't. It was in March. So I blew that, messed that all up. So Jerry Jarrett ran his first show after he left Goulas in March of 77, the end of March. He ran at the Cook County Convention Center. But on April 24th, 1977, Jerry Jarrett got into the Mid-South Coliseum for one night. He ran a show, and it was like a big super show. The main event was Harley Race against Rocky Johnson. So he got in there for one show on a Sunday, and then next week he went back to his Cook County Convention Center shows. But I think it was 3 weeks later, Goulas was done. Because he had his last show at the Coliseum in May, drew like 400 something people.
Dang.
And it was done. And after that, mid-May, Jarrett come there and ran the Coliseum from that day on until, 92 when they left Coliseum and went over to the Pipkin building.
Pipkin, yeah.
Pipkin for like a month or two or whatever it was. Then they went back. So basically they're from that till the end of, for 20 years they were there after that.
Yeah.
So, but I messed that. For some reason, I thought it was the first week of April. He ran. It was actually the end of March. He ran his first show. I should know better than that.
Well, I mean, the guru. Well, you're the host of This Month in Wrestling History with Quinton Quarisma, too. So, hey, you're good, brother. You're good.
All right. So we're going to go to, this next one's going to be April 27th, 1981. Going to Augusta, Georgia. Tommy Reach beat Harley Race to become the new NWA World Champion. A lot of people give him grief because he held the belt 4 days.
Right.
You know what? About 99.99999% of people give him grief. Guess what? They were never a world champion, not even for 1 day.
Right. So there you go.
Because you know what? From that day on, well, actually, 4 days from that day on, 4 days after that, from 4 days on, he could always say, I was an NWA World Champion.
Absolutely. And I would say this too, and you probably agree and probably tell me how. I mean, I don't know that anybody was as over as Tommy Rich was in Georgia, man.
Dude, from 79 up until a little bit after the Sawyer feud, there was nobody hot. And that's what I don't understand. I understand, but I don't. Why'd you take the belt off from him? Because my thing is, TBS was nationwide. I've been wanting in every place the NWA was running, but majority of them had TBS. I mean, there were a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't out there like an 86ish, 87ish, but it was getting there. And I think there was enough people seeing TBS, not in the Georgia territory markets, that you could have had that belt in a little longer.
Yeah, I agree.
Because he was so over in Georgia. It was crazy.
I mean, a good year run would have been easy, a good year out of it. Even 6 months, I
say 6 months with just hitting the towns that actually had the TBS in their market that was out of the Georgia territory. He could have got 6 months out of it. Easy.
Yeah. Man.
And you don't want your baby face run is your territory champion at that time. You want it to heel. You want it to be a heel, but anyway, he's a champion. I can always say it.
You can't take it away from him either. So
exactly. So we're going to April 30th, 1993. I have no idea how you say this. Okay. It's in Mexico. It's Plaza de Mexico is the building.
Okay.
So it's Cuda de Mexico. I don't know. They drew 48,000. This is AAA. They drew 48,000.
Wow.
This was the first year of the Triple Mania. The AAA did the Triple Mania, which is still going to this day.
Yeah.
They have it every year, and it's still big time. So it was the first one drew 48,000. That's crazy for the first. AAA been doing in business, what, a year and a half, maybe?
Okay, maybe. Yeah.
Maybe, not even, that might not even been that long, maybe in a year. And they're drawing 48,000. That's crazy.
It is crazy.
The main event was a career versus career match. Cien Caras beat Conan.
Okay.
And you say, career versus career? It's wrestling. Right. Conan came back in August.
Of course he did. Of course he did.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So, yeah. But yeah, so that's still going today. So that's why I put it in there, because I don't know much about it. But I know it's still going today. So for it to be going since 92 to 26, that's something. Yeah. All right. So we'll go to April 26, 1976, New York, Madison Square Garden. Stan Hansen breaks Bruno Sammartino's neck.
Yes. Oh, man.
And did we talk about this about a year ago or something, maybe?
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
How Senior was calling Bruno to come back because he said that he's fixing to lose his business and everything just after Bruno being out for a few months.
Yeah.
Like, your business didn't drop off that much, but he finally got him. It's like, dude's laying home with a broke neck, and you're telling me he's got to come back to save the business.
Please. Save the business with a broken freaking neck.
His business didn't drop off that. What was he out 6 months, maybe? Not even that long.
Right.
So I think he come back, what was it, July or August? It's like your business ain't going to go under. If Memphis didn't go under with Lawler being gone for about a year.
Right.
New York wasn't going under Bruno being out 6 months or 4 months, wherever it was,
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, I think we talked about this. We've talked about this, so go find it. I don't know what month it is, but listen to all to you till you find it.
Yeah, just go through until you hear the story.
Yeah, we talk more in depth to it about then. So I just about to throw it up there anyway. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to go to April 28, 1995. This was a biggie. New Japan and WCW held a joint show in North Korea, Collision in Korea.
Yes.
I remember seeing it in the magazine. And then Dark Side did a really good job on it. I actually seen that episode. I don't know much about it, except from the Dark Side stuff. So go watch the Dark Side of the Ring episode about this. First day was 7 matches, 190,000. Second day, 8 matches, 190,000. The main event second day was Inoki beating Flair.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, there ain't much. Because just go watch the Dark Side episode of this because it tells all about it, and it's really, really interesting.
Yeah, let me say something real quick. My buddies at the Wrestle Magic Pod are some good dudes. I've been working for them and with them for about a year now. And Maverick, a good friend of the show, Maverick, he actually just interviews Sonny Ono, and that interview is dropping on May 8th. Y'all check that out. He talks in depth about how crazy that North Korea deal was. So y'all check that one out.
Yeah, go check it out, definitely, because like I said, watch the Dark Side thing. Like I said, go check that out.
They did a great job with it. Dark Side did a great job.
It's one of those, it's like I said, remember seeing it in the magazine and just never heard nothing else about it, and then until Dark Side pops up, it's like, whoa, there was a lot more to that than, what you just, and I'm going to have to go check that episode out, these guys, to listen to it. Yeah. Like I said, it's one of those things that it's really intriguing, so I'm going to go check that out. Yeah, it's one of those things that just really, you think about it, it's really wild. Blows your mind, really.
Definitely. It's crazy to think how they pulled it off. And Sonny tells that story. Anyway, I'll post it in the group when it happens.
Sonny did the commentary, didn't he?
He did, yeah. And he was a big liaison for this. So he was like, I'll never go back. He was like, I'm glad I went, but I'll never go back.
Can you post the link to that?
I will. Yeah, I will.
All right, cool. Yeah. So that's a definite. All right, so we're going to go to April 4th, 1993. We're going to go to Las Vegas, Nevada, Caesar's Palace, WrestleMania 9. They said this is one of they said this was the worst WrestleMania. Attendance was 15,045. I don't think I remember for it was the main event. Well, it had two main events. The first one was Yokozuna beating Bret Hart, then Hogan coming out and beating Yokozuna in like 30 seconds and winning the belt. And that just buried. I'm talking buried, not 6 feet. That buried Bret 10 feet under.
Totally. And
how? I mean, that. Ooh.
Yeah, and I remember Hogan runs out, and had I seen it now, I would be like, "Oh, he's up to something. What's he about to pull here?" But I wouldn't have known. You wouldn't have known that then.
No.
But Bret waves him in the ring. It's like, "Yeah, finish it for me. I couldn't do it. You do it, Hulkster."
Yeah,
it was
they threw the salt in his eyes, didn't they?
Yeah. Horrible. It was horrible. I mean,
I mean. You were trying to build something, and Bret always gets, he wasn't a good champion. The houses, the whole freaking business was down, man.
Right.
WCW couldn't even fill up high school gyms in '93. Raw was just getting going, wasn't it, in '93? And they were doing it in high school gyms.
Yeah.
So the business all around was down. You can't blame Bret Hart because you put the strap on him. Business was down everywhere, it just, so they take it off from him and everybody's like, oh, he wasn't a good champion then. Nobody could have been a good champion. Hogan flopped when he came back. That didn't last that long.
Right.
Because then he went to WCW not too long after that, wasn't it? Like a year or so, maybe?
Yep.
I mean, and even if the business was down, there's no way you can get it up with Hart like you did that to him. He was dead in the water. I didn't understand that. It didn't make no sense. I don't know if Hogan and Vince got together and come up with this idea, and I'm sure Hogan's like, no, Bret's, I'm coming back to save the day. And just bury Bret, I guess. I don't know.
Seriously, it's ridiculous. The more I think about it.
was messed up. All right, so I'm going to end this because we've been going forever, and I think I went way long. This one's an odd one. It's really, it's kind of odd that I'm ending with this one.
Okay.
We're going to go to April 1st, 1993. We're going to go to Boston, Massachusetts. Tony Rumble beat Stanley Raymond in the tournament finals to become the first Century Wrestling Alliance heavyweight champion. This was called CWA. This was Tony Rumble's promotion. And what do you do when you own a promotion? You put the belt on yourself. But the thing was, Tony Rumble was Savoldi's mainstay.
Okay.
He had a falling out with Savoldi's and went start up his own company. So that northeast up there, that above New York, all that, he competed against Savoldi's and did pretty well from what I've remembered him. You see him all the time in the magazines. He got a lot of magazine coverage. And I want to say, I think one of his top guys was Taz before Taz really got to be known as Taz. I think he was still Tasmaniac, but I think he was one of the big guys he had. But and then Rumble went in that late 90s when the NWA started getting, traction of different places. He became a NWA New England.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but he's one of those guys who got a lot of early 90s magazine coverage when the indies started booming in the magazines, and basically it was all Northeast. he got a lot of coverage of it.
Okay.
A lot of coverage for his CWA promotion. So I just remember I used to see him all the time, and up there in Independence before we really knew what Independence were. So
yeah. I mean, they kind of really, the independents up there, they kind of started the thing, didn't they? It feels like
it did. I mean, there's always been Southern independents,
of course,
but to get mainstream magazine coverage, it definitely with the Northeast. Well, I mean, what was the quote after mags? They were all based out of Pennsylvania, and then wasn't George Neapolitan, wasn't he out of New York City? I mean, so all the magazines come from that Northeast area. Mm-hmm. So they got it first.
Yeah. It was like the Indies versus the Outlaws. The Southern Indies were more the Outlaws, I guess. Yeah, they were
right? Basically to magazine coverage, the Indies were still considered outlaws to the magazine coverage, but the Northeast were considered Indies to the magazines.
Yeah.
So, basically, you got that right. You hit that right on the head. Yeah.
It seems like the terminology that I picked up. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah. I mean, but it is. I mean, you very rarely saw, Southern independents in the magazines.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's a shame. Very rare, and there was good stuff, happening in the early 90s, and not just Tennessee, but Georgia, Florida. There was still really good stuff, but it definitely was. It was viewed different in the magazines. So
yeah. I mean that we could they could have had a whole magazine on them Columbia, Tennessee outlaw battles.
The Wild Boys, Devil's Blood feud, or
yeah, definitely, absolutely. Go check that episode out back when we talked to all them guys. So
definitely. Yeah, go check that out. That was a good one. Yeah, the big round. I guess you call it a round table, I guess.
Yeah. Hey, we should have had it more round. I got a whole different setup in mind if that ever gets to happen again. But first time we ever tried that, I was just blessed the fact that it came out as well as it did.
Hey, it worked for what it was. You made it work. It worked.
Yeah.
But that's all I got for this month. I had a lot more. I had April was a busy month. It seemed like in the history, and a lot of it was WrestleMania stuff. Because in the 80s, that was a big thing,
Yeah, definitely, still is, right? I mean, come on.
Yeah, still going.
Yeah. Well, great show, brother. I mean, April, as much as the other months, I think this came out to be a great, informative show. What's funny is now that I am co-hosting a show with an absolute legend of the business, I am taking much more notes during these. But you've in that episode with Austin, we talked about how, the plane crash, and then I was able to compare that and then ask him a question because of stuff that I learned from you. So if that tells you anything about this, how much we enjoy this show and how much we like putting this show out for the people. I like to, we entertain them with the interviews a lot, but I like to inform as well. And I think that's what your show does, man. So
everybody likes it.
Yeah, absolutely. Good stuff as always, and can't wait to see what May brings, but we're not there yet. But big things coming for the show, and thank you as always, Q. You do an awesome job, buddy.
You're welcome. And this has been
This Month in Wrestling History with Quinton Quarisma.
All right, that was This Month in Wrestling History with Quinton Quarisma, episode 10. We'll be right back to wrap things up after these messages on Give Me Back My Pro Wrestling after these messages.
CHW is continuing the legacy of historic professional wrestling in Tennessee with monthly events at the Armory in Ashland City. CHW owner Mike Green has made it his mission to present the best pro wrestling shows in the Nashville area, and he has been delivering the goods. CHW Wrestling combines all the elements that Tennessee wrestling fans have come to expect. Action, suspense, athleticism, reality, stories, surprises, and excitement, all delivered by the finest professional wrestlers this state has to offer. Follow CHW Pro Wrestling on Facebook for the latest news, announcements, and show dates. And subscribe to Championship Productions on YouTube to see past events like the Ashland City Rumble and the Valentine's Massacre. Fun for the whole family with delicious and affordable concessions on site. Witness the action and excitement of CHW in Ashland City at the Armory. Family Wars, Love and Hate, Championship Gold. A CHW event is everything you're looking for in a night of live entertainment.
All right, guys, we're back, and man, that was cool. Q brought it today, guys. I hope y'all enjoyed that as much as we did because, it's always good to learn more about wrestling, and wrestling history is my favorite part of wrestling because I'm not typically a huge current wrestling guy, except, some of my buddies on the indies and stuff, I pull for them, but really for the current stuff, it's for the birds for me. So name of the show's Give Me Back My Pro Wrestling, and that's what Quinton does for us every month about this time. This month in wrestling history. Today he covered April, heard more about some Crockett Cup, heard about some Wrestlemania, of course, that makes sense, all that fun stuff. He's always got something cool cooking up his sleeves. We greatly appreciate him, and he is the best research man in the business. So y'all give Q some props when you see him. Thank y'all for tuning in for today's episode. All right, guys, to continue on, we've been talking about it for a while now, but our buddy Pastor Rick Reynolds and his Gideon's Warriors Ministry, email Rick Reynolds at ICW2009 at hotmail.com if you would like Gideon's Warriors for your church. They're telling wrestling tales and testimonies, man. Great stuff. Had an opportunity to hear some of their stuff, and they're doing a great job with it. So check them out, and especially if you're a pastor, a youth leader, whatever, deacon, elder of the church, y'all, bring Gideon's Warriors to your church. Once again, it's Pastor Rick Reynolds at ICW2009 at hotmail.com. Guys, we've been asking for this for a few weeks now, and, it's meant a lot that you guys have responded to it. Keeping our buddy, the one and only Wild Boy Ben Jordan, in your continued prayers. So everyone knows Ben is fighting cancer. We all know that, right? Keep praying for that. Then Ben unfortunately had an issue that was causing sciatica from his lower back. He had that fixed. Okay, he goes in, gets that fixed. Well, he comes home only to be left in basically worse pain than before because some issues with the surgery from the first back surgery. So he goes back in, and they find out they have to remove a bone spur that had been hitting a nerve, and I cannot imagine the pain Ben's been dealing with. This bone spur hitting a nerve, I can't imagine that, and God bless you, brother. So y'all just keep praying for Ben. They did have a successful surgery, and I believe he's going home actually today as of me recording this. So anyway, keep Ben in your prayers. He's a good man, and we've appreciated his friendship immensely. All right, y'all. That's all I got for today. Next episode, I ain't giving it away. No spoilers, but I promise you guys, if this happens, if I'm able to pull this one off, people are going to be shocked. Mouths dropped open. Jimmy, what are you? Who? Really? Anyway, I don't want to blow it up too much in case it doesn't end up happening, but the time has been set for the interview, and yeah, y'all just hang on tight for this one. it's just going to shock some people, I think, and I hope it does you. So, but anyway, if you want to find out who that's going to be, who the next guest is going to be, or any other show information, if you want to be the first person to find out other than being in my brain or Sheik's brain or Quinton's brain, the easiest and earliest way to know is at GMBMPW on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, X. Y'all go there, y'all like it, share it, follow it, all that, guys. Means so much. Thank you all for those that do all of that right now. Like I said, it means the world to us. But the most important part is that you're here right now listening to this. And that is the exact reason we do what we do, and thank you all so much. So I just want to say thank you all from the bottom of my heart. Thank you all for tuning in like you do. And guys, just hang on tight. We got some more cool stuff planned, I promise, coming in the future very soon. All right, y'all. So, for the one and only host of This Month in Wrestling History, Quinton Quarisma, for the Plastic Sheik, Jared Street, and myself, this has been Give Me Back My Pro Wrestling. We'll see y'all next time.
Don't forget.
This is Ken Resnick, and I'm here to say we've got the greatest wrestlers in the AWA. But you're not here to listen to me mumble. Let's fill you in on the Wrestle Rock Rumble. Get on!
Wrestle Rock, be there.
We're the Midnight Rockers, Sean and Marty. We love to wrestle, and we love to party. You don't have to worry, we're not gonna fumble, because we'll be shaking to the Wrestle Rock Rumble. Out!
Wrestle Rock.
I'm the Sheik, and that's not funny. I got my army a lots of money. If Ganyan my way, I make him crumble. He be sorry, I did the Wrestle Rock Rumble.
Wrestle Rock, be there.
I'm Jerry Blackwell, and I want to Sheik. I want to get my hands on that pencil-neck geek as I watch the EDF Bumble. I'm gonna make my splash in the Wrestle Rock Rumble.
The AWA, you, me, and Wrestle Rock.
I'm Greg Ganyan, I'm in a rave. I want Brody and I want him in a cave. A high-flying dropkick will make him see double. I grind him up at the Wrestle Rock Rumble. Woo!
Wrestle Rock.
I'm Kurt Hennig and Big Scott Hall. As tag team champs, we'll take on them all. So bring on the long riders, those dirtball dumbos. We'll smear those pussies, do the Wrestle Rock Rumble. This is Nick Bockwinkel, and I've got a passion. I'll get the title back from the humanoid Hanson. I've got the brains, and I'm not humble. I'll take the belt back and do the Wrestle Rock Rumble.
Wrestle Rock, April 20th, at the Dome.
Wrestle Rock, 86, be there.
Zabisco. I won't be through till I get done slapping around Scott and the Duke. Gonna beat the ugly bartender into a bundle and laugh all the way doing Wrestle Rock Rumble. Ow!
This game talk got a mouth that won't quit, but I'm Scott McGee, wanna smack the little shit. And when I'm through, you won't be able to mumble. I'll be left alone doing the Wrestle Rock Rumble. Yeah!
Just one last word from the former champ Vern, but give it a lot of thought to one more turn. There's some old scores that still give me trouble, and I'm starting to get the urge to do the Wrestle Rock Rumble.
So there you have it, and now you know them. And on April 20th, it's at the Dome. So get your tickets and be under the bubble, because you two can be doing the Wrestle Rock Rumble. Do it! Wrestle Rock Rumble. Wrestle Rock Rumble.
The Wrestle Rock Rumble.
Wrestle Rock Rumble.
With a tear in my eye, this is the greatest moment in my life.
We'll see you next week. And until then, so long for now.
This has been a James Rock Street production.